What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, bam. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Got about 9 minutes till London starts. Better go ahead and scan these charts and look for some setups. And it has looked like it took off during Tokyo session. Had this trade idea marked off. What's going on, y'all? A few minutes till London session starts. Level right here. Mark off. Yeah, price is pretty much ranging right now. Didn't take any trades last night. Mainly because we had some big news on Wednesday and yesterday, which was Thursday. So we're just waiting with some retracements. Let's go ahead and delete that. Y'all see on y'all screens how we did last week and how we're doing so far this week. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram, free signal room, so you can check that out for yourself. We're going to pull it up in just a second. But right now, we're just going to be paying attention to the charts right now. Looking for some setups, looking for the game plan for London session and for the day. I need to add another level here. That's a little bit too far of a range. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. We got a new 5 minute about to start. We got about 5.5 minutes till London session starts. We're about to see what they're talking about. Yeah, so we got a nice retest here. So we're going to be looking at JPY buys. We're going to be looking for gold sells. We're going to be looking at NAS and SPX buys. And that's going to be the game plan right here. Then gold is retesting our daily level. We're going to look for possible gold setup as well. Well, it's breaking that level. So we're either going to look for a sell here or a sell up here. Not going to look for buys anytime soon. We've been calling sells since price has dropped. We're calling buys when price began the uptrend. We've been riding this entire wave down. So right here, we got a nice retest. There's a strong support resistance level we're currently at. So if we can do a retest here, I'm looking to see if we can drop to the downside, possibly hit 1935, 1920 on the extreme. So we've been waiting for a London session to start. We got about 5 minutes until then. So we're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching NAS, SPX. We're going to be looking at possible EJ buys. Then we're going to be looking at the AUD pairs as well. What's going on, David? I see you in here. Going on, Shawn? I see you in here. Can I enter trade? No, I'm not in any trades right now. You're a little too trigger happy right now. We're observing the market right now. We're not entering anything yet. We're waiting for the London session opening. Right now, I'm just going through charts to see what the game plan is going to be. All right, we're not entering anything yet. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Hit that free Telegram, free signal room. That way you're notified when we do enter something. All right. You see on screen how we did last week. Last week we went 13-1, caught 26,987 pips. This week we're 9-1. We caught 5,295 pips. This is how we did yesterday. We were 4-0 yesterday. Took an EN buy with the members, caught 108 pips. Your AD buy, TP7 hit, caught 63 pips. Then we took an EJ buy, TP1 got hit, we caught 13 pips. We missed TP2 by like 2 pips. Then I called this trade live on yesterday's live. Y'all make sure to check that out. All TPs got hit on this GN buy, caught 111 pips. You click here, it's going to take you to the GN buy. You can see the time it was posted, my personal entry, my SL, the TPs, when the TPs got hit, how many people viewed or entered the trade. And then right here, you can see some screenshots and a screen recording of the signals called in the advanced play center room yesterday. And then if we keep scrolling up, you can see how we did on Wednesday. Wednesday, we went 2-1, caught 2,128 pips. Took an EA buy, all TPs got hit, 184 pips. Took a gold sell, caught 190 points, 1,900 pips on that. Then took an EJ buy, caught 44 pips. Same thing. Everything's documented. You can see the reaction, how many people viewed or entered the trade. Wins, losses, everything is documented on here. Then you see how we started the week. We went 1-0 on Tuesday. And then Monday, we went 2-0, caught a total of 710 pips. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, we're not entering anything yet right now. We're just looking at the charts to figure out what we are going to be looking at to enter. GJ has been super rangy. The other JPY pairs have been moving a lot smoother than GJ. So we're going to leave GJ alone for right now. We're going to look at EJ, though. See what the next 15 looks like on EJ. Because it's doing a nice retest. We're going to see if we can hold this level. Because as we can see, it's moving a lot more smoother than GJ. And if we just go on the daily time frame of GJ, we can see that as well. Been calling EA buys since either Monday or Tuesday. As you can see here, and if you just go through a signal, you can see that as well. This was the initial buy here. This thing exploded. It took a day before it broke out that level, then it exploded, added a second position. Then yesterday with the members, I called this other buy. Was a nice 1 to 2 risk reward. So that means you risked $50, you made $100. You risked $100, you made $200. You risked $1,000, you made $2,000. Then you can see after it hit my level, I had marked off that things rejecting to the downside. So we're going to wait for another possible entry here, or wait for price to break above this level, and then we're going to look for a possible buy there. London session is going to be starting in a second, so we're going to see what these opening candles are looking like, and then we're going to go from there. As far as news, though, we don't have anything going on. We had some GBP news about an hour ago, nothing too crazy. And then we got some USD news at 8:30 going into New York session. And then at 10 a.m., same thing. So kind of a repeat of the news today. Now the volume, at least for gold, held pump price. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. But let's go ahead and go back on the charts. See what's going on. Yes, when we're looking at gold, NAS is going to have to do some retracements before we can enter that. It kind of took off a few hours ago, so we're not going to mess with that right now. But we're going to be watching the gold on this screen. We're going to be watching EJ. We're going to be watching the New Zealand pairs. And then we're going to be letting the AUD pairs do a little bit of retracing as well. So far as playing around, we're trying to see if we can continue to treat this level as resistance like it did yesterday. This was the news candlestick. I sent this video out in the analysis with the members yesterday talking about this setup. Did I call this setup out? No, but that was because honestly we entered a lot of trades yesterday. That's the main reason why. But yeah, so we're just chilling right now. We're waiting to see if we can break and hold this level right here. I'm also watching EJ on my other screen. But yeah, we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. What's going on, Ryan? I see you in here. Yeah, it's been a good week so far. We got a holiday coming up next week, though, if on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, so we got a bunch of bank holidays coming up next week, so be on the lookout for that. Won't be too shocked or surprising if we have a super dead day. I might actually, I'm not even going to trade Monday. Everything's closed. I'm not even going to trade. I might be on the charts just because I like being on the charts, but I'm most likely not going to call anything out on Monday. So Monday we might be off. We might not be trading on Monday. We're going to be back on that Tuesday for sure. So we'll see about that. But we'll worry about that when Monday comes. We won't worry about Friday right now. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. If I do enter something, it'll be on top of the candlesticks, and I would have stated we entered it. And or depending on if it's a members only trade or a free trade, it'll be posted in the free Telegram, free signal room. First link in the description. But right now we're just patiently waiting for my confirmations to be met. And then we're going to go from there. You see on your screen how we did last week and how we're doing this week so far. Hit that first link in the description. You'll be able to check that out for yourself. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. The EA still got some retracing to do. Let me see what GA's up to. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the main one that we're going to be watching for right now because all the other ones still got some retracing to do. So we're just going to be looking at EJ and gold for right now. So far, it is holding as a resistance, but I still want to wait for it to break back below here. Kind of similar to what happened yesterday after the news candlestick. Did a nice retest, then did a nice little trickle back down. While we're going for sales, it's pretty simple. If we just look on the daily time frame, one, we've been calling sales since the downtrend even began. And then two, if we just look, let's go to naked chart just to make it a little bit clearer. If we just look at the market structure, there's nothing showing us, highs. No higher highs are being made. No higher lows are being made. Simply a downtrend, clear downtrend. Now, if we zoom out, look further, this was going on, but we're just worried about here right now. And yeah, the candlestick is green right now, but again, that's part of the flow, right? There's going to be retracements. Price never just goes straight down. Price never just goes straight up, right? But we're trying to go with the overall flow and direction of price. Yeah, you might be able to catch a couple pips here or there, but the ultimate goal is to catch the direction price is going for the day, or at least follow the direction price is going for the day. If not, catch the entire daily candlestick, which we can see right here. We've been doing pretty consistently on gold. We caught the entire daily candlestick on, Wednesday. We caught the entire daily candlestick on Tuesday and Monday as well. And then last week, we caught the entire daily candlestick on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then as you can see here, we was doing the same thing for the buys. And we're doing this on some other pairs as well. We'll look at that in just a second. But yeah, price is just chilling right here. As we can see, nothing's really going on. It hasn't really moved much. We got a new 5 minute about to start though. We're about to see what happens there. Let's go ahead and pull up these other pairs, see what they're doing as well. So I'm looking for buys on EA, but I'm waiting for it to bounce at this level and touch my daily level. Look for entry there, or price breaks above here. We can look for buys there. But of course, right now, this is what's most likely is going to happen. So that's why we're just patiently waiting. We've been calling buys all week on this. And then if we go on the daily time frame and zoom out, we can clearly see price has just been erupting since Tuesday. We took buys here. We caught the entire daily candlestick on Wednesday. Then took another buy yesterday. Caught the entire daily candlestick there. Hit my level. Was doing a retracement. So I got wicked out in profit. So now I'm waiting for another possible entry. So I'm just waiting for it to hit this strong support resistance level right here. And then I'm going to wait to see what happens there, how it reacts. And then we're going to go from there. Also called the Euro New Zealand buy yesterday with the members. All TPs got hit, all TPs got surpassed. Was a nice 1 to 2 risk reward like the other play. So this means you made 2 times what you're risking. If you put in $50, you made $100. You put in $100, you made $200. You risked $1,000, you made $2,000. So same thing here. Waiting to see if it's going to retest this level here or break back above here, and then we can look for buys at this level after waiting for confirmations, of course. We was going for sells until the news that popped off earlier this week, and we can see that here we was catching this entire drop down. We even caught these sells here, as you can see. But then after this news candlestick that was on Wednesday, it erupted and broke the lows. So that's why we went for buys yesterday. We also caught a buy on yesterday's live on GN as well. Broke it down and entered it on yesterday's live. Make sure to check that out. We talked about a lot of stuff on that one. Let me zoom it out. Here it is. Another nice 1 to 2 risk reward. Went zone to zone. See, as soon as it hit my level, rejected and traced back down. So now we're going to look for another re-entry and buy position if it can break and hold this level here. So we're just patiently waiting right now. We got a lot of possible setups about to materialize soon. EJ is looking nice as well. Let me pull that up. I got it on my other screen. So yeah, we're just patiently waiting. So retested this level. Those that was here at the beginning of the stream, someone was waiting for this retest. You see the nice retest. You see it's pushing up. So we're going to wait for the next 15. And if it can hold this level and it's showing signs of trying to push back up, then we will enter a buy and see if we can take out these highs and catch some pips. But right now, we're just going to let that candlestick do its thing. And we're going to see what the next one does. And no rush to enter any trades. We're up for the week. We're up for the month. There's no reason to, pull the trigger too soon or be in a rush to enter trades. Because even right now, as we can see, we're not really missing out on anything. So it's pushing back down. So we're going to see if we can hold this level. We got about a minute and a half till the next 5 minute pops up. So we're just patiently waiting until then. Good morning from Kenya, East Africa. Stumbled into your channel a couple of days ago. Been following your analysis. Awesome calls. Learning a lot. Hey, that's what's up. That's why I do these lives. Shout out to everyone that be watching the lives, whether you just tuned in this week, tuned in today, this is your first time, or y'all be consistently coming in. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, that's why I do these lives, because again, trading is not as complicated as people make it seem. You just got to know what you're looking for. But once you understand what you're looking for, it just becomes rinse and repeat and very simple. Like I always say, it comes like once you get the strategy down, like obviously there's a bunch of different strategies out there, some better than others, but it doesn't matter what strategy you use. If you don't have the following down as well, it doesn't really matter. Like you have to have the patience and discipline. And after that, it just comes down to simple math. And that's the part a lot of people skip. But it just comes down to simple math. Like you can have a terrible win rate, but if you calculate your lot size and have a good risk reward, you can still make, a profit at the end of the week and end of the month. Obviously, you don't have a good win rate, but even with a bad win rate, if you're not over leveraging and you're risking the same amount each trade, you can still end up for the week and the month. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Fahad? I see you in here. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. We're just patiently waiting for these setups and confirmations to be met. Y'all see on your screen how we did last week and how we're doing this week so far. Hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram, free Signal room so you can check that out for yourself. All right. This is how we did. Once I click down there, this is how we did yesterday. Went 4-0 yesterday. Caught a nice EN buy, caught 108 pips, caught an EN buy and an EA buy. TP7 got hit, caught 63 pips. Caught an EJ buy. TP1 got hit, caught 13 pips. And then a GN buy, caught this one on yesterday's live. All TPs got hit, caught 111 pips. You click here, you're going to see the times the trade was posted, my personal entry and SL and TPs on every single trade. And then if you click this pin message here, it'll take you to all the way to June last year, and you can see how we've been doing for over a year of just consistently profiting weekly, monthly, and quarterly. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, we're chilling right now. There's a few plays we can possibly jump into soon. I'm looking at EJ, I'm looking at gold. I'm waiting on EA to do a little bit more retracing, but there are a few setups that I'm looking at right now that we can possibly jump into soon. We got a few minutes until the next 15, so we're going to see what that's looking like. Gold's rejecting that level, which is nice, but hasn't broken and held the level I'm looking at yet. So I'm not going to pull the trigger on that too soon. Yeah, I'm looking at EN, I'm looking at GN, I'm looking at EJ, I'm looking at gold. A lot of possible setups right now. A lot of possible setups right now. Got a few minutes to the next 15. Want to see if gold can hold this level. It's looking nice. I mean, it's underneath this level, but I have this one marked off. It's kind of on it right now. Like if we zoom in, we can see how price is hitting it and wicking above it. That's why we wanted to see if price can hold this level. We see here last time price hit this level, it wicked, rejected, and now we see literally the past 45 minutes, price has been treating this level as a resistance, which is why we have this marked off and we're waiting to see if price can break and hold it. Because again, we're not just trying to catch a quick bounce, a quick candlestick. We're trying to catch a big move, and especially if we can, the entire daily candlestick for the day. All right, and that's very possible. Yeah, so we're just going to keep that on this screen right there. I'm going to be flipping back and forth on my other screen. Like I said, there are a few potential setups we can jump into soon. We have a few pairs that we're just waiting for them to break or retest the daily and 4-hour levels. And if they can do so, then we're going to jump in on them. Still watching EJ? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm still watching EJ. Like I said, we're waiting for the next candlestick because there's a few minutes left, so we're waiting on the next candlestick. So far it's looking nice. It's holding this level, so we're gonna wait for the next 15. And if the next 15 can hold this level, showing trying to push up and continue to push up, we're gonna enter that. All right, did a nice bounce. Price was dropping down when we first started the stream. Did a nice retest. So now we're going to see if we can hold this level. If we can hold level, we're going to go for a buy on this. Why we're going for a buy is because we just look to the left. We did see a small drop here, but we see price treating these levels as support levels and pushing to the upside more than we see price dropping to the downside. And then of course, if we go on the bigger time frame, we can see here a nice rejection wick on here. And then we also see that price for the past few weeks has been pushing up and making higher highs. And you see here, this is the level I marked off. You see how price literally tapped this level and it's rejecting up. So it's moving up a little bit farther than I would like to see it have done, but that does happen sometimes. So let me go ahead and post this disclaimer because the new 15 did just start. All right, make sure to read this disclaimer. I post a disclaimer every day. It explains how the TPs work, explains how you should trade in general. Some stuff you might know, some stuff you might not. On your phone screen, it might look like a big paragraph, but I promise you it's not. It's just 11 sentences. So make sure to check that out. I'm about to write some trade ideas up. So give me 1 second. I haven't entered this yet. But I'm going to write this down because we might be entering this soon. Let's off of this. Yeah, I like this right here. Now for an ideal entry, I would like to see it retrace a little bit, but that's just me being super picky. But I do like this right here. All right, give me 1 second. So I'm looking at a few other pairs as well. So give me 1 second. Yeah, I like this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on this. So if we can hold this level, that's great. But I want to see us break these highs to the left. So I'm jumping in on this. It did a nice retest. It's showing signs of trying to push up. So especially if we can hold this level and stay above like 150, we can see price continue to push up. So I'm gonna enter. So I'm gonna post the TPs in a second, y'all. But there's other pairs I'm looking at. So give me 1 second. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, we got a few pairs about to do their thing. All right, let me post these TPs. I'm anticipating this to be kind of a quick move like GN yesterday. Just because the zone's a little small one compared to the ones in the past. Just give me 1 second. I'm typing the TPs up right now. All right, cool. So we're gonna let that do its thing. Yeah, so we're gonna see if we can break that level right here. And we can break those highs to the left, especially hold that level, and we can catch some pips. That's what we're about to see right there. So I'm looking at some other pairs as well. I'm still watching gold. Yeah, but you see here, it's still struggling to break that level. So I'm still going to wait for that confirmation on that. And I'm looking at EN as well. Looking for another re-entry on EN. I'm waiting for it to break and hold this level here. So we're going to see if we can do that. And then EA, same thing. We're waiting for it to retrace. So yeah, we're just going to hold EJ for right now, see what they do. Still looking at some other pairs though. Yeah, everything else we're still waiting on. Yeah, it's trying right now. I got EJ on my other screen. Like I said, there's a few setups I'm waiting on. We have a few pairs, as you can see, that are ranging, hitting our price levels, but I'm waiting to see if they can break the levels. And if they can, we might enter some other things as well. Yeah, still waiting on gold. So if it can't hold this level, it might come back to where the news dropped yesterday. But I'm still looking for sales either way. So if it doesn't hold this level, we're going to look for a sell here. But either way, I'd like to see it hold this level. But either way, we're looking for sales. We're not looking for buys anytime soon on gold. I'm not worried about this push to the upside because as we see on the bigger time frames, price is extremely bearish. So I'm going to go with the overall direction of price. Yes, I'm just going to move this right there. Yeah, but it looks like it's struggling to hold that level. Gonna let the up. I think we almost hit TP2. I think we missed that by like a pip, but y'all should be blue on y'all screens right now. It's trying to. It's pushing up. I got it on my other screen. Yeah, but y'all should be seeing blue. We're like a pip and a half away from TP2. We're about to hit it. Let me pull it up. I think it might have touched it. Yeah, it touched it. So yeah, TP2 got hit. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. So we hit that, which is great. But now the next goal is to see if we can hold and break past that level. So that's what we're going to see you do right now. We see us trying to push it, but now we got to see if we can break and push past that level. So that's going to be the next target right there. Next target is going to be 150.25. We're going to see if we can break that level there. Still looking at these other pairs though, but they're not ready yet. We'll just join the stream. We only entered one trade right now. We're looking at some other possible setups. E and a G are looking nice. EA got to do a little bit more retracing. Oh, I typed that so quick. At least that's why I post the emojis with the buy or sell. My bad, y'all. But that was a buy. I was typing that signal too quick. Entry. So SL for this. They can break and hold that level. Let's do a decent SL. So 6. All right, cool. Yeah, so it's broken above it. So we're going to see if we can hold it. So we're going to wait for the next 15 on that. Yeah, still got some work to do. Yeah, so it hasn't hit that level. So it looks like it might try to push back up. So same thing. If it doesn't retrace here, we're going to look for buy. I mean, if it retraces here, we're going to look for a buy. If it doesn't, we're going to wait for price to push and break that level. And if it can, then we're going to look for a buy there. But nonetheless, we're looking for buys. We're not going to look for sales anytime soon. We're going to have a few levels to break before we look for sales. Yeah, so we're looking at G and the E as well. We're not going to enter this one though until the next 15 because it's just breaking above that level. So we're going to wait and see if it can hold that level as well. New 5 minute just started. We got about 5 minutes to the next 15. So we're going to see if we can hold this level and then we'll go from there. Let's go back to gold, see what gold's up to. Yeah, so it's still treating as a resistance, but struggling to break lower. So we're just going to wait on that. We're just going to keep moving this over to the right. Keep clicking the wrong one. Oh, we got this level here as well. Yeah, so we're gonna wait and see if we can hold this level here. All right, that's a nice little push. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for the next 15. Because as we see, we're kind of chilling on this level I have marked off here. So we want to see if we can hold this level. This new 5 minutes so far is holding it. So we're gonna see if we can close above this level. And then we're gonna go from there. Yeah, so we're gonna be watching GN and EN as well. Still watching gold, but gold's got some work to do. Let's go to NAS really quick. All right, so NAS is starting to retrace as well. So we got a lot of possible setups we can jump into. NAS got a little bit of work to do though. So does SPX. Now we do have news today though. We have news at 8:30 EST for the USD pairs. Let's delete this. All right, so we do have news. Let's pull that back. So we got core price index. Now, if you don't know how to trade news, it's very simple. Like you just treat it like any other day. It's just you have to be mindful of the time. So if you're entering trades beforehand, I would suggest not entering when it's about an hour before the news. If you enter beforehand, that's cool. Just make sure to secure profits or close before the news pops off. And then after the news or during the news, I personally would wait for the after the candlestick to close and finish, especially if you're entering a trade, because yeah, you might be able to catch some pips, but it can retrace that next or the same candlestick. Now I do have a couple of videos on how to trade news. I'm gonna drop that in the comments in the chat right now. I break it down in depth, and I'm gonna drop another video that shows us breaking down some trades, literally doing exactly what I say I do during the news days. And also we traded on news events this week as well as last week. But let me go ahead and drop this one. Of course, those watching the recorded of this, I'm gonna put it on the screen so when y'all are watching, y'all know exactly what to look for when you hit my profile. All right, so that's the first part. So that's me breaking down exactly how I go about trading news and how I suggest y'all go about trading news as well. And then let me find the part two. Here it is. And they're both shorter than your favorite TV show. All right, straight to the point. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, so SPX and NAS, we're going to be looking for buys on those, but it's got a little bit of retracing to do beforehand. We're looking at EN and GN as well. And as we can see, this was just above there, but that's why we wanted to wait for the candlestick to close and reject it. Now, the next candlestick could go and reattempt to push up, but that's why we just want to wait for the confirmation. All right, but we do got this new 15 starting. So we're going to see if it can hold this level. It looks like it's about to try to, so we're going to see if it can do so. Whoops, my bad. I didn't know that shit was still on the screen. All right, I just went over gold. All right, Casey or Cassie, how do you say your name? You keep asking, and I'm not attacking you, I'm trying to help you out, but you're not asking the questions you need to ask. You're asking, can we jump in a trade here? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? That's not going to help you, especially in the long run. Whether it's a buy or a sell is not the question you need to ask. You need to be asking, why is it a buy or a sell? Or why do you think it's a buy or a sell? Or why do I think it's a buy or sell? And better question would be, no, that is the good question, because I say that because if you just worry about entering trades and making money and not even realizing why you're going for a buy or sell, you're not going to be able to manage the trade appropriately, Your emotions are going to be all over the place while you're in the trade, and then you're just going to become reliant on someone for the entire, trading career. You know what I'm saying? Like jumping in lives like this is good, but you shouldn't be just in here trying to enter trades and jump and catch pips. All right, these lives, at least my lives, yeah, we're gonna enter some trades and stuff like that, but I'm more so focused on y'all understanding why I'm entering these trades and showing y'all the realistic reality of trading. Because y'all be seeing a lot of videos on YouTube and Instagram, social media, and I do too. And a lot of these people be capping, and a lot of these people are actors, and a lot of these people are just salespeople. They're not really traders. So, like I said, and with my strategy, some of these can end up being scalps, but with this, in trading in general, even if you are a scalper, you don't just open a chart and jump in a trade. Now, granted, there has been times where I've done that, and we've done it on live. There has been times, but that's the smaller percentage. Most of the time, whether you're scalping, swing trading, day trading, you're going to be doing an analysis, a top-down analysis. You're going to be analyzing the charts. You're going to be determining where you're going to enter at, where you're going to exit at. You're going to have your target price point, and then you're going to patiently wait for your confirmations and your price to get hit. Calculate your lot size, then enter. You know what I'm saying? It's not so black and white as people make it seem on the internet. You don't just open a chart. Okay, this looks like a sell. I'm gonna enter a sell. This looks like a buy. I'm gonna enter a buy. You still gotta patiently wait for the confirmations and for your setup. But yeah, that's trying. Let's see what these other pairs are doing before we hop on that. We're gonna go check out gold. Yeah, so GN and EN, I am leaning towards buys. I'm waiting for them to break that level. But it looks like GN and EN are trying, so we might jump into those in a second as well. Yeah, so gold ended up breaking that level, which is why we waited for those confirmations. All right, so we're going to let that do its thing. So we're either going to wait for it to break back below here, or we're going to wait for it to hit this price level and look for a sell there. All right, this just goes back to what I was talking about. Yes, we had this trade ID here. Yes, we was looking for a sell. Yes, it was treating as low as resistance, but what? It didn't meet my other confirmation, which was it breaking and holding this level. As you can see, it tried multiple candlesticks for about an hour. Then it rejected. Now, granted, it can come back down, but until it does that, we're just going to wait for that confirmation and price point to get hit, and we're just going to go from there. Yeah, so these are trying, but we're just going to wait still. We're just going to wait still on that. EJ is attempting to. It's doing a retest. So right to the left, we have this level of traffic. Like I said, we're going to see if we can break that level. It's reattempting right now. We hit TP2, and like the disclaimer says, when a TP gets hit, it's either going to reject or break through. So it rejected that level at first, but it is reattempting to push up. Now, if you're trading, you need to use this website here called TradingView. There's an app for it, and it's a website. You don't need 5 monitors. You just need a simple laptop or computer, but you need to be on TradingView. That way you can see the full picture instead of a couple candlesticks on your phone screen. All right, especially if you're trying to trade long term, you got to understand what's going on at all times in your trade. Looking at that blue and red number on your phone screen is not telling you anything. It's not helping you at all. All that's doing is stressing you out. All right, you entered a trade based off candlesticks, so you need to manage your trade based off the candlesticks and observe candlesticks. You should only really be staring at your phone screen or in the app if you're on the computer, or if a TP gets hit, or you're taking partials or moving SL on profit. Other than that, you should be on the chart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but GN and EN are looking like they're trying to push and hold this level. New 5-minute did just start, so I am going to write these up. I haven't entered these yet though, but that might happen soon. It might happen soon. Those just joining the stream, we only entered one trade. We didn't take any trades on yesterday, or last night. held some trades. We hit some more TPs last night, but we didn't take any other additional trades last night. Those were trades from London and New York session yesterday, but we did hit some additional TPs last night. So that'll be updated and added to the recap of the day later on. Yeah, but G and Ian are trying. But we're gonna wait to see if we can hold those levels. So we're not gonna pull the trigger on that yet. I see y'all's comments. I'm gonna catch up to y'all's comments in a second. Just paying attention to these charts, making sure we don't miss anything. Yeah, I like EN and GN. Gold ended up rejecting that level. I want to check on NAS as well, because NAS and SPX were doing some retests for us, with some retracements for us. Still got some work to do though. It's not at my level yet. So we're gonna not pull the trigger on that. It's gonna patiently wait. Patiently wait. Let me see here. Oh yeah, these are the videos for those watching the recorded live. You just hit my profile, you'll find these videos. All right. Is our whole market closed Monday? I wouldn't say the market is closed, but basically, it's, the banks are closed. I wouldn't say the markets are closed. Most of the markets will be closed, but we can check that out. So Monday, and you see here we have Swiss franc bank holiday, Great British pound holiday, French and German holiday, American holiday. So there are some pairs that are going to be open. Canada don't have a holiday. New Zealand's going to be open. Japanese yen's going to be open. Australian dollar. So I might look at those pairs, but the main pairs I like to trade are off out the picture. I might still look at them out of curiosity, but if I do enter any of these pairs, I most likely won't post them just because they're going to be higher risk. I tend to only like to post trades in the free Telegram and the advanced space signal room that are higher probability. Obviously, there's a risk with every trade, but I'd rather post higher probability trades. And if I want to take some riskier trades, I'll take them on with my own money. You know what I'm saying? So if I do trade Monday, it's going to be some New Zealand, Australian, Canadian, and Japanese pairs. So yeah, that's going to be the game plan for Monday. So it's going to be a slow Monday for sure, but I'm gonna still try to see if we can catch some pips. But yeah, that's what Monday's looking like. As far as today, we had some GBP news about a couple hours ago. Nothing too crazy happened. We got some USD news at 8:30 and then 10 a.m., kind of like yesterday. Had a nice little push, especially on gold yesterday with the news. Going to see what happens today with the news. Let's see here. But yeah, sometimes there has been some days where there's bank holidays and stuff like that. And I trade a pair, I make some money. But sometimes, usually that's when like the trend's very clear and it's very strong. But a lot of times with the bank holidays, price will just range because there's not really any volume. So that's why I don't really like to trade those, because when you enter when prices are ranging, it's going to break out one way or another, because we all know price does one, it goes one or two directions, right? It either goes up or down. So when price is ranging, it's going to break out, but you don't know which way it's going to break out. So if you enter a trade while it's ranging, it's kind of a gamble, because yeah, it could end up going your way, but what if it rejects or breaks out the other way? You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather wait for price to break out up or down, wait for it to treat it as resistance or support level, then enter from there. So that's what I like to do personally. And again, like, you just go in the free Telegram. There has been some days where there's bank holidays where we took an L on some trades, and there's been some days where I took a buy or sell, even though it was a bank holiday on the pair, and we took some W's. But it's just the likelihood and percentage does drop a little bit lower. That's just the only thing. So EN and GN are still trying to hold this level. So we're going to see if it can close above here, and we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. As far as EJ, we're going to pull up EJ. Oops, my bad, y'all. Hope y'all didn't have no earphones in. As far as EJ, it's retesting this level here. So it's doing a little slight repeat of what it did at the beginning of the stream. So it hit this level, did a nice push up. We caught what was like about 10 pips before rejected to the downside, but it's still treating this level as a support level. So that's the main thing we want to see. Now, if y'all didn't get wicked out, always hold to S or TP gets hit. Why do I say that? It's because, again, if y'all read the disclaimer and how you should go about trading in general, you should be risking a certain amount each trade. So if you are okay with what you're risking and you're risking the same amount each trade and the amount you're risking isn't like 20% of your account, what I post in the disclaimer is I recommend 1 to 5% of your account. Prop firms 1%, but personal accounts 1 to 5%. All right. That way you're not, rolling the dice going all in one trade. And that way, if a loss does happen, you have some time and wiggle room to make it back. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the live, those that's been here, after you get the strategy down, the next part you got to get down is the math. What comes with the math is counting pips, risk to reward. That's the main two things. And I'm explaining in just a second why that's important. But let me make sure we're not missing anything, because when I start doing these breakdowns and stuff, we end up missing some setups. So I want to make sure we're not missing anything. So we're about to trash this, and we're about to move this right here. But this goes back to again, this is not picking on you. This is just me. This is a learning experience. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You was asking about gold sales to enter now. That's why I was like, you hold your horses, because imagine we would have entered here before the confirmation got met. We'd be in drawdown and or close to stop loss getting hit. So that's why I don't really mind patiently waiting. Sometimes the price will take off on me, but usually it doesn't. And even if price takes off, price will always retrace or retest 9 times out of 10. So I'm not really too concerned about that. So let's go back to NAS100. We got a couple minutes until the next 15 starts. So NAS got a little bit more retracing to do before I enter that. So there's SPX. Gold, we're leaving alone for right now. Euro New Zealand. All right, so it's holding this level. Yeah. We haven't entered these yet, but we might enter them depending on what the next candlestick looks like. Last time it failed to hold this level, did a reattempt, retest. It's holding this level so far. We're going to see what this next 15 looks like. Yeah, so I'm looking at GN and EN. ED pairs, waiting on them to retrace a little bit. But GN and EN are looking nice. Going to see what this next 15 looks like. Got about 30 seconds until that. Then AUD pairs are still ranging. There have been some big moves this week, so it's not too surprising. Price is kind of chilling right now. But I do see volume picking up in the next hour or two, if not pre-market before New York. And if it doesn't do that, it's probably just going to be dead until the news pops off. Because that is one thing that does happen with high impact news sometimes. But surprisingly, FOMC didn't react or have the reaction I was anticipating this week. Usually FOMC days, you see like huge pumps or dumps in the market depending on what pair you're looking at. But we didn't see that this week on FOMC, which was interesting. All right, so GN did end up closing above here. We see a nice retest. So we're going to let price retest this level and see if we can hold it as support. So we're going to let that do its thing. If we can hold this level as support, we will enter. So far it's looking like we have a slight wick on here, but we're going to wait. I'm looking at gold and the indices as well, but they still got some work to do. So we're just gonna watch this pair right here. I bet I'm quiet because I'm writing some of these trade ideas up. Yeah, I like how it's looking right here. Yeah, so I'm liking GN right here. Yeah, it looks like price is trying to continue to push up. It's got this wall it's trying to struggle with, but it's showing signs it's trying to push up. Let's just join the string. We haven't entered this yet. Might in a second though. Just waiting to see how it reacts above this level here. Yeah, it's holding it so far. It's showing signs it's trying to push up. I'm just gonna patiently wait on that. Yeah, I'm liking those. So right now I'm just waiting to see how this candlestick is going to be reacting. So far it's above here. We was waiting here. Last candlestick rejected this level. Then the candlestick beforehand closed above here. So it's treating it as support so far. So now I'm just trying to make sure that it's trying to hold this level. It looks like it's trying to. So I'm going to jump in this in a second. I'm not going to be going crazy on these trades or going crazy into trades. This might be the only other trade I jump in for right now until pre-market or New York. Because I do want to enter gold in the indices for sure. Yeah, I like this right here. Those just joined the stream. You see on your screen how we did last week and how we're doing so far this week. Make sure that first link in the description, join the free signal room, free Telegram, so you can check it out yourself. We're going to pull it up in just a second. I'm just looking at these charts right now, trying to make sure we're not going to miss anything. And I didn't forget, we're going to talk about risk to reward and the pips in a second as well. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, cool. All right. So what I mean by when I see the comments, I'm gonna catch you to the comments in a second. But I was supposed to break this down about 5 minutes ago. So what I mean by why math is so important. Once you got your strategy down, once you understand how to read the charts, then the harder part comes, the discipline, patience, and math. All right. So give me 1 second. Let me let the members know. So me and the members, I posted this out for the members. We're nice and blue on this. TP2 just got hit on this. Give me 1 second. 2, 3, 6, 5. Whoops. 3, 6, 5. All right, cool. All right. So I like to give this scenario out. Let's keep it simple. So, like I said in disclaimer, risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade, each trade. So let's just say that 5% of your account is $10 for this example, right? Just keep it simple, $10. So you're risking $10 per trade, right? So let's say you took 3 trades. The first scenario, let's say you took 2 losses and only won one of those 3 trades. So because we're risking $10 per trade, 10 plus 10, 10 times 2 equals $20. So we're down $20. So let's say the one winner though was a 1 to 2 risk reward, which is pretty average for our trades, right? The trade we took yesterday on GN, 1 to 2 risk reward. The trade we took yesterday on EA was also a 1 to 2 risk reward. So this is where we average, right? Then we had this play, which was a 1 to 3. Then this play here was a 1 to 4. But on average, our trades are 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 risk reward. So this is a realistic scenario. All right. So let's say again, we lost 2 trades, we won 1 trade. So that one trade we won was a 1 to 2 risk reward, which means we made 2 times our risk. So if we're risking $10, that means we made $20. So that means even though we lost 2 trades, only won 1 trade, we risked the same amount each trade and we had good risk reward. We broke even though we're down 2 trades, only won 1 trade. Now, same scenario, we lost 2 trades, we only won 1 trade. Now let's say that 1 trade we won was a 1 to 3 risk reward. So even though we lost 2 trades, because we calculated our lot size and our risk, we're up $10, even though we lost 2 trades. Now do the math if we lost 1 trade and won 2 trades, or won all 3 trades. You get what I'm saying? So that's why risk reward and calculating your lot size is so important. All right, in the advanced play signal room in the group chat, the pinned message, I have a video in the pinned message that breaks down exactly how to do that. All right, but it's pretty simple. If you know how to count pips, you can figure it out. And if you don't know how to count pips, I have a video on my YouTube channel, literally titled How to Count Pips. Check that out, and I explain how to count pips on currency pairs, gold, indices, and on prop firm funded accounts. Right, but you need to know how to count pips. You need to know how to read candlesticks, and you need to know how to count pips, because that is how we make money. We make money based on how many pips we're up, or we lose money, how many pips we're down, right? So it's very important to know how to do that stuff. Let me catch up to these comments. Broker spread too crazy for me. Broker spread too crazy for you? What broker are you using? What broker are you using? And you know, if it's too high, just wait a couple seconds because it does fluctuate and change. But what broker are you using? Because for currency pairs, at least, I mean, the Great British Pound pairs, besides the GBP pairs and maybe the Euro pairs, at least on my broker, most of the currency pair spreads are pretty small. They're like average between 5 to like 15. There's only a couple times or a couple currency pairs that'll be like a 20 or 30 pip spread. But for the most part, it's like a 5 to 10, 15 pip spread. Now, gold and indices is different, but strictly talking currency pairs, yeah, my prop firm, A cap. What's your spread? Tell me what your spread is. And for what pair? Are you talking about EJ or GN? And to keep it 1,000, no matter what your spread is, obviously you would want to try to find a broker or prop firm that has a pretty decent spread. But no matter what your spread is, that's why I like this strategy right here, because with this strategy, we're not just trying to catch one candlestick or one bounce. We're trying to catch the entire direction price is going for the day. So even with the high spread, theoretically, you can still make money, right? But obviously, you don't want a stupid crazy high spread. But the broker I use, like I said, the spread's not too crazy. But you say using a prop firm. The prop firm I use, the spreads aren't too crazy either. I use my Forex funds, so I have that linked in the description. I have two prop firms I use. That one and another one. I forgot what it's called, but it's in the description. But with that one, I played around with it one time. I made a video on it. But you can pass a challenge in like both phases in 3 days. Obviously, I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying you can, because obviously, especially if you're new to trading, the goal isn't try to rush. They do that to kind of try to mess you up, because obviously they make money and more money if y'all just spend money on the challenges and keep failing and trying again. Versus if you pass the challenge, then they make money too. But a few of these prop firms, the profits they give you is the payout profits they give you on some of these prop firms is the money from everybody buying and failing challenges. There are a few that actually will put you on real accounts, but most of these prop firms, most of the money they're giving us is the money from people failing challenges. So that's how people fail challenges. You know what I'm saying? So never rush, whether it's a prop firm account or your live personal account, never rush to enter a trade, never rush anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we're just chilling right now. So I call this trade for the members. I broke this down on this live. So waiting for the confirmation. Like I said, I was waiting to see if price could hold this level. It did. So since I saw that, I called the trade out for the members. And now we're deep blue on this one. Ian's doing the same thing, but I just picked GN over Ian. But I broke this down on the live. Like I said, it's only going to be, I usually split it up, you know, usually it's half and half, but the advanced play center is always going to get all the trades and majority of the trades that are I see projecting to do the biggest move. But we're chilling right here. EJ is still respecting the daily level as a support. It's doing a retest. So we're chilling right there. Now, as far as end of season gold, let's go ahead and pull that up and take a look there. As far as end of season gold goes, yeah, so we're just gonna wait for it. We're gonna wait to see how it reacts around 1964, and we're gonna look for a sell possibly there. After waiting for a confirmation to see how price reacts to that level, of course. As far as NAS, it's still got a little bit lower that I personally wanted to go before I'm gonna enter. So we're gonna hold off on that. And then looking at Euro AED, same thing. So I ended up not hitting this level, so that's fine. We're going to just wait to see if it can pierce and break this level, or we're going to wait for it to drop there. We're not going to rush that trade. Pressure to enter any trades. So I'm going to watch these. I might enter one of these, but I mainly, especially going into New York, I got to add another level. But I mainly, especially going into New York, want to enter NAS, SPX, or gold, or both of those. That's going to be my main focus on going into New York. Let me add this other level really quick. 15 just started. I was just joining the stream. We entered 2 trades. Hit TP2 on EJ. We hit TP2, I believe, on this GN play. We broke down a few other possible setups we can see going into New York, if not this session, London. You see on your screen how we did last week. Go ahead and hit that first link, the free Silver, free Telegram, to check that out for yourself. You see how we're doing this week as well. I'm going to pull that up in a second. Just looking at these charts, making sure we don't miss anything. We're going to pull that up in just a second. It's been a great month and great week so far. It's been a great year, honestly. We're going to go over that in honest minute. this. Yeah, I'm adding some levels on some pairs right now. So just give me 1 second. This looks good enough. All right, cool. All right, but let me know in the chat if what I was talking about makes sense about the risk reward and the pips. All right, because that's something I see a lot of people don't be talking about. Whoops. Because like I always say, we do not control price, right? A lot of people, whether they think so or understand or not, they have this mindset like they control price. We not control price. So once you understand and accept that we don't control price, it will help you and motivate you to do this stuff. It'll make you make sure to not, throw your hard-earned money into the garbage, not over leverage, not chase a trade, patiently wait for these setups. Because we don't control price, so all these trades we need to be looking for and entering should be high probability setups, right? High probability setups, high percentage of it going our way, high likelihood of it going our way. And then on top of that, we want to make sure the trade is even worth waiting for, right? So that's where risk to reward comes into play. If it's a terrible risk to reward, it's not worth it. If we pull up this long or short position and it's under a 1 to 2 risk to reward, it's personally, in my opinion, not worth it. Because why risk $10 if the max you're going to make is $5? That's not worth it, right? The same thing the other way. Why risk, $10 when your account size is, $20? That don't make sense. Or I risk $20, your account size is $100. That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think in percentages. You gotta think long term. Because again, what we're doing here is investing. Yes, if you have a big account, you can make some money, like a day's worth of if you were working a 9 to 5 or a week's worth. But at the end of the day, we are investing. So with the investing, you gotta think long term. Because it doesn't matter if you can win 1 day or 2 days, but if you can't win consistently week after week, month after month, quarter after quarter, it's going to be a little bit tough for you. You know what I'm saying? Especially going in throughout the entire year, because every quarter slightly is a little different, right? Those that have been here for a while, especially last year, you kind of saw that third quarter was nice, flowing crazy, and then going into the fourth quarter, last quarter of the year, especially November, December, those holidays, price was so choppy. It was so choppy. November, we didn't even trade indices. Like, it was so bad and so choppy, I didn't even touch indices for an entire month. That's how bad it was. But because the strategy works on not just indices, it works on gold and currency pairs and crypto and options and stocks, we have flexibility, right? Like before this year, I used to have like 50 tabs up. Not 50, maybe like 20, 30 tabs. And it was like I used to go through all of them. If you go to my old lives, like go to my lives last year, you'll see what I'm talking about. I used to have a bunch of pairs up, but mainly I was doing that just to show and stress that this strategy works on literally any pair. Because a lot of people think, it's only like one session that's a good session, but no, you can make money every session. Just so you know what pair to trade that session, and then you got to just understand, how to read the charts. You get what I'm saying? But we're chilling right now. We're chilling right now. Like I said, I am still looking for gold sells and looking to into some buys on NAS and SPX, but they got some retracing and retests to do before we can do that. So we're just going to hold off on that. Just going to be in these two trades for now. Again, I could have called the EN trade out, but I was looking at it and I'd rather go for the GN trade. I could have entered both of them like I did yesterday. I did call out GN and EN yesterday. But, less is more. So I just chose this one out of the two. We're going to go from there. Let me see. Yeah, 100%. Like some moves that I catch, especially swing trades, it doesn't really matter as long as you're profitable. Yeah, exactly. And again, they do that a lot too to kind of mess with scalpers, because again, there's a lot of people that don't want to take the time to really understand market flow, market structure, so they try to go for quick moves, like like liquidity grabs or quick breakout candlesticks. And if you notice, like a lot of scalpers, they don't even catch like a full candlestick; they just catch like a quick pump and they're out. So that's why they do the spread. One, that's how they make money, and two, to like challenge people, because they don't want to make this easy for people. It'd be so easy to put a gigantic lot size to catch a quick pump and close the trade. So that's why they put the spread, because they're like, look, if you're gonna trade, you gotta actually know what you're doing. We ain't doing this, this casino stuff over here. So that's the main two reasons why they have spreads or high spreads on certain brokers. Yeah, it is. It is. And until this year, when I started Forex, the success rate was literally 1%, and the failure rate was 99%. That's not even prop firms, that's trading Forex. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it went up 5%. I think it might be 95% fail rate or 90% fail rate. But yeah, there's a reason for that. It's because a lot of people are misled, and a lot of people don't want to take the time to fully learn and comprehend how to trade. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but the main one is because folks are lazy. To keep it 100, like a lot of people are lazy. So that's why. But that's why I stress so much too. Like, don't just rush to try to hurry up and pass, and don't rush to even try to purchase one. Like, I had someone hit me up the other day. Was like, "What's your opinion on prop firms?" And I was like, "I have some. They're cool, but I wouldn't suggest getting one until you've been at least minimum consistently profitable for a month to a quarter. A quarter is the best, but a month minimum. Like, if you're not blue for the month or a quarter, which is 3 months, there's no point in even getting the profit and challenge account, because you need to be profitable consistently to even, and that shows you don't have enough experience yet. So again, there's no rush. There's no rush. There's hundreds of prop firms, and they're always going to be happy to take people's money. So never be in a rush, because again, you just gotta think long term. If you take your time to understand and plan things out before you purchase it, then you're gonna have long term capital, right? And I made a video on this. Make sure to, I forgot to even put this up. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. I forgot to put this up. Playmaker Way is the TikTok. Playmaker_way is the Instagram. I post daily on both pages. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Once we get 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to be going live on there as well. The lives are going to be outside of London session. So, but for now, London session for everybody is the free lives, and then New York session is strictly for the members. Okay, me and the members are currently in this GN trade called the EJ trade out in the free Telegram. I'll post a screenshot of this trade in a second. I'm not going to show y'all the advanced place. Well, I will show y'all that, but I'm going to have to scroll past that because this trade is still active. But I will show you screenshots. I'll post on my story of me in the trade and stuff like that. So let me pull that out really quick. Okay, so you see I called the trade out. That was my entry. But this is the advanced place signal room. This is how we did yesterday. If you go into free signal room, first in the description, you'll see I said we took an EA buy and an EN buy. You'll see that here. You click right here. It's going to take you to the EA buy. This is the entries, the SL. These are the TPs. EJ entry SL TPs, EN entry SL TPs every day. I drop a price watch list before New York, going over the trades we took London and Tokyo session, because Tokyo session strictly for the members. You see here, this trade was called an enter Tokyo session, 8:11 p.m. And then, of course, the lives, all the lives are recorded. So if you can't miss the lives, if you can't make the lives or you miss the lives, I always post them the same day so you can check them out. There's literally over 300 videos of chart analysis live during news. We break down a lot of stuff. There's really hours of that, and then there's also videos from a few months ago where I break down there's pinned messages. There's multiple pinned messages in both this channel and the group chat. First one you see here is the account size key. I have the account size key. It should be saying account lot size key. Basically to make sure that you're only entering trades your account can handle. Because before I added that, I used to get members every now and then entering trades like US30 or NAS, and they have a small account, and they'll end up risking more than they were okay with or blowing their account. So I added that just to avoid that and make sure people are entering trades that their account can handle. There's other pin messages in there, and in the group chat, there's a pin video explaining how to calculate your lot size to make sure you're risking the same amount each trade, no matter what we're trading. Doesn't matter what the stop loss is. Doesn't matter if we go from a gold trade to a currency pair to an indice. You should be risking the same amount per trade. But we're just chilling right now. EJ is going for round 2. Am I a full-time trader? Yes, I am. Yep. No 9 to 5, not no more. Not no more. Before I quit though, I told the story a couple weeks ago, but yeah, before this, man, I was working 2 jobs, 6 days a week, 14, 16-hour a day shifts combined with the 2 jobs. And then while I was at work, man, I was working, I'll be pulling out, going to the bathroom, going on the charts, taking trades. When I was off work, all I did was go on the charts, watch videos, try to figure this stuff out. But yeah, I'm full time now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no gambling here. No gambling here. It's high probability setups. Now again, not everything's 100%. Like, you just go through the channel. We're kind of on a win streak right now, but everything. Whoops, let me go to the other channel. But I'm very transparent. Wins, losses, all documented. Like I said, all trades posted are trades I personally enter. I'm not just going to call some stuff out that I'm not in. But even look right here, not every TP gets hit. TP1 got hit this day. All TVs got hit on this trade. TV7 got hit on this trade. All TVs got hit on this trade. But not every TP is going to get hit. And then we do take some losses. Like we took, this was this week. If we go to last week, you see we took 1 loss last week. If we scroll up, we can see that. All right, here we go. So we took 1 loss last week, but we ended 13-1 with a 92% win rate. So we won more than we lost, which is the ultimate goal. And we look at the week before that, we went 10-1, 90% win rate. We still lost a trade, right? And then we look at the week before that, went 7-2, still won more than we lost. That was like a 77% win rate. Then we look at the week, this is last month. So last month we went 47-5 with a 92% win rate for the month. Caught a total of 108,600 pips. 90,800 of those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. Look at this week here, we went 12-3 with the 80% win rate. So yeah, we do lose some every now and then, but the goal is we understand that we're going to lose some trades here and there. That's not what we're worried about. Like, when I lose a trade, I don't really care, right? Because I know that we're going to the next trade, I'm going to make that money back, and that I know we win more than we lose. So when you have a high percent win rate and you're calculating your lot size, you're risking the same amount each trade, and then of course you face reality and are willing to accept the consequences, whether that's good or bad, aka TP gets hit or stop loss gets hit, you'll be able to be a lot more calm while in trades and entering trades. But this is how we did last quarter. So this is January, February, and March combined. All right. Every quarter is 3 months. There's 4 months in a quarter. 4 quarters in a year. So we caught 199 wins, 14 losses in the span of 3 months, 93% win rate for the quarter. Caught a total of 364,700 pips, 72,100 of those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. You go to the April 8th, that's where this is at. You click right here, it's going to take you to the very top. You see this is January 3rd, and you can see how we started off the year with the bang, all TVs getting hit. You can see how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions. All my entries are posted for every trade SL. So, you can go to this date and check it out yourself on the chart. Screenshots every day and every week. I do a recap of the day. You click this pin message. This will take you to last year. You can see over a year worth of us trading and us consistently being up and profitable week after week, month after month, quarter after quarter. So you can go ahead and check that out. And since it's the 1 year anniversary, all packages is 25% off if you use code 1 year. Let me pull that up. Yeah, so 1 year. So the number one, then YEAR. So that's the course, that's the one-on-one sessions, that's the monthly for the advanced play sitting room, that's the weekly, not the weekly, the monthly, yearly, and lifetime. All that's 25% off as well. But yeah, so we're just chilling right now. And again, so this is what I was just talking about. We're gonna lose some, we're gonna win some. We hit TP2 on this, and somebody's putting a crying face. This isn't calling anybody out. I don't really care. But again, before this, we just got, even in the free channel, 111 pip move. The day before that, in the free channel, I called out this huge gold trade live, this 190 point or 1,900 pip trade for free. Then also called this EA trade for free, 184 pips. Then the day before that, in the free channel, called this EA. Well, that was the same buy, so we're not going to count that one. Then the day before that, called this GJ in the free channel, 110 pips. So excluding the advanced play sitting room, even the plays and the trades posted in the free channel, you are up. And on top of that, SL hasn't gotten hit. So if you didn't get whipped out in this EJ play, SL still hasn't gotten hit. So realistically, you shouldn't be sad right now for many reasons. One, because you're up for the week. So even if you lost this trade, SL got hit, you'll still be up for the week if you calculate your lot size properly, which is why risk reward and properly calculating your lot size is so important. But mindset is important as well, because again, we don't control the markets. Losses are going to happen. Like we just went through here. We lost one trade last week, one trade this week, one trade the week before that. But then you saw before that was like on the win streak. But the main thing on top of that, I want to stress is we're winning more than we're losing. So that's what's important. Okay, we're not too worried and concerned about losses because there's no strategy that's 100% win rate, 100% accurate, right? There's no strategy. Show me a strategy that's 100% accurate, 100% win rate for literally a year straight, then I'll shut up and close the playbook. But no, there's not. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a numbers game for sure. That's why you also want to just patiently wait and not be so trigger happy to enter trades, because the more patient you are and the more confirmations you wait for, the higher your win rate will be, right? Because imagine if we would have jumped in that gold sell. Actually, I don't think it would have hit SL, but we would have been an unnecessary drawdown at the risk of SL getting hit. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you just wait for those confirmations. So we're going to bring this back down, though, because it looks like we might possibly enter this right here. Those just joining the stream, we entered 2 trades. Might be entering another one if gold does what I want it to do, but we're not going to rush it. We're going to wait to see if it can drop back and hold this level. But we entered EJ, we hit TP2 on that, and then me and the members are in GN currently. We hit, I believe, TP2 on that as well. It's reattempting to try to push back up and break these highs. You see how we did last week. See how we're doing so far this week. Hit that first link in the description. Go to free Telegram, free sitting room to check that out for yourself. All right, but you see this right here is just jumping up. And this, I broke this trade down on the live. All right, I told y'all exactly what I was looking for, what confirmations I was looking for, and then we saw it happen right in front of our faces. And that thing almost hit our next DP. It barely missed it. Now, as far as news, we only have one news event. Well, two really worry about. That's at 8:30 and 10 o'clock. The USD pairs. But that's pretty much it. It's going to be a normal Friday besides that. Now, looking at next week, we have a bunch of bank holidays. There will still be some opportunities, though, because not everything's closed. So there will still be some opportunities, but it's going to be a super slow and choppy day for sure, especially with at least most of the pairs. And then Tuesday, things are going to be opening back up. Got a lot of news events on Tuesday at the end of the month. And then we got a new month starting. As you know, the beginning of the new month, that first week, there's a lot of news events, high impact news. We have the ADP off rip. And then Friday, we got the non-farm employment change. If you look at the beginning, in the first week of every single month, you always see the non-farm employment change, ADP, FOMC, all the time. Just look at the past few months. Go to the first week of every month. You're going to see that. And employment rate as well. Every first week of the month. Because every new month, and you see right here, well, that's FOMC the second week. And the main reason for that is because every new month, every new quarter, these are the latest reports. So that's why every month you see the same reports happen all the time. All right, so gold, we're going to be watching gold. Looks like it's about to try to break and hold that level again. So we're going to wait still to see if we can break it. You see it touch this level and reject it. So far it's treating as support. We want to see if we can break and hold and treat it as resistance. If it can't do so, then we're going to look for a sell up here. Now, as far as the indices, we're going to look at those because they were trying to inch back down for retest. Barely missed it. Not worried about it, though. Not going to enter. I'm going to wait for it to hit this level or break above here. Not tripping about that. Now, looking at EJ. EJ is trying to push back up, so we're going to see if it can do so. Retested this daily level again, slowly pushing back up. We're just waiting on volume for the most part and or the news. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to enter anything else. If I do enter something else, I'm looking at gold and NAS/SPX. AUD pairs, they still got some retracements to do, so we're just chilling off on that. But that's pretty much going to be the game plan for today. Members, you already know in a few hours before New York or before 9 o'clock, I'm going to send that New York price watch list. And yeah, we're out. So if y'all interested, before I do that though, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, right? Y'all can contact me directly on Instagram. You should see on your screen, Playmaker_waste Instagram, Playmaker waste TikTok. Make sure to follow me on both. Some stuff I can't post on TikTok, so I post it on Instagram. And the same thing with Instagram. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok. So make sure to follow me on both. Almost at 1,000 followers on here and TikTok. Once we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to be going live on there as well. These lives are going to be outside the lives, the time schedule we have for the lives on YouTube. It's going to be outside of London session. We got a lot of stuff planned, so be on the lookout for that. We just did our last giveaway like a month or two ago at 500 subscribers. The next giveaway is going to be at 1,000. There were 6 winners last time. We gave away the free courses. We gave away free access to the Advanced Play Sooner Room. Gave away free one-on-one sessions. Whole lot of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure that first link, join the free Telegram, free Sooner Room, so you're notified when TPs get hit and or if I enter any other trades. Those that just joined the stream, I do recommend rewinding and watching from the beginning because we did go over a lot of stuff from trades, chart analysis, mindsets, trading tips as well. So make sure to check that out. But we're going to be back at it same time next week, London session 3 a.m. EST.